All right, I'm gonna give everybody a chance to jump on. I still want this a little lighter. I feel like one of those chicks from the Robert Palmer video. You know, the ones with the bright red lips and the real dark makeup and the guitars. I forget what song it was. Now that I'm all dressed up, I don't got dressed up. I got shorts and a shirt on. All right, so I've gone back in and I finished the other half of the look and I'm about to let my hair down. But I went in without I did have some distraction from my children. But if y'all didn't catch the live tonight, whenever I did the tutorial, I'm going to be doing my makeup tutorials now in my boutique page. And I left a message ahead of time. If y'all couldn't make it, that's perfectly fine. You can always go back and watch. But tonight I was doing the smoky eye look. And I did just half of my face, and that's what I posted. And I took the last 10 minutes to go back and just do the other half of my face. And now I will let my hair down. And like I said earlier, I am not going anywhere tonight. My family is stuck crazy watching this Stranger Things. I have a podcast to do in about an hour talking about things I can't talk about on Facebook. But here is what the whole thing looks like. Now granted, my hair is wet and I need to foof it out and all that stuff. But for the smoky eye, we have one palette that I use, and it's called, well, the packaging is so pretty. I love showing it. It's called the Onyx palette, and this is everything that is on my eyes, and my eyebrows included. There is contouring to different parts of my face, and there's a filter on Snapchat. When I go to do my snaps tonight, I get mad because there's one filter that always it points out where you're contoured. It drives me insane. Why, hello, Maury. Where's my daughter? Should be proud of me. So, with the smoky eye look, all I did, if you missed the tutorial, was I started with this shimmery black, and I used that on the base of my palette of my eye. I went through, and I always take, we do have our perfect liner, which I am wearing as well. Boom. I have too much lights in here because I do a radio show from in here as well. So please excuse my lighting, but it's the perfect eyeliner pen. And this is the one that I've done videos with where you can, all right, so I'll show you right now. I'm gonna draw just a simple line on myself. How the hell do y'all see it? There we go. I drew a simple line on myself. And I'm going to finish explaining this thing, and I'm going to go back and I'm going to try and rub it off, and it doesn't come off. So I draw in, I lost a lot of my eyebrows due to chemo, which most people know already. I think I can stop saying that. I think I've all seen the videos. So I used the black for my eyebrows. I also started with the black and an angled pen. I have so many darn pens here. An angled brush. And I just put the black inside or right on top. I just press it into my lash line and also on the bottom. Usually I only go halfway across on the bottom because I have super small eyes. And that gives it the effect that I have longer eyes. And I mean, not longer eyes, bigger eyes and a longer palette to work with. But because it's a smoky eye evening effect, I went ahead and just went all in. So we have this on the lid itself. We put this right in the middle, and then right below my brow, I put the gray, and you can break it down. And then right at the top, I just used a little bit of this creamy color. I would use more of this if I was going to do a smoky eye during the day. I would use these three and just use this one as a liner, or use the perfect liner pen. So our Perfect Liner pen is waterproof, smudge proof, and it doesn't come off. And like if I go in there and I get water, well, I'll lick my finger. Can y'all see? No. Okay, here we go. It doesn't come off. And I've also taken a pool pic where we went to go visit my daughter in the Air Force. We were at the hotel and I was like, oh my God, I gotta like do these videos. And I don't have to do these videos. I do them because one, I'm very proud of myself for learning all of this stuff because I've always been a tomboy. I still am. It's just learning something new. When my oldest daughter left, I needed a hobby. And she always liked to do my makeup, or sometimes I would force her if we were going somewhere. So to have learned all of this stuff in just a short amount of time and with products that I absolutely adore, I'm proud of myself. So if I was to get dressed right now, I'd probably throw on this really nice sparkly dress that I have pulled out for New Year's that I can't wait to put on, and all of my summer holder bracelets. I absolutely love all of the stuff that Dina and Bob Summer Holder put out, and the Airmish family as well. But that is all. This palette is what I put on tonight. And I was trying out the new lip liners that we have. I went through all of them. I knew that my favorite was going to be Cabernet, not just because I'm a very avid wine drinker. I'm a wine educator as well. But I did start, Cabernet was the last one. I started out with the number 5, which is Berry Berry. And these liners, I'm already got my makeup set, so I don't want to take it off again. If you missed the video, you can catch it back on my boutique page. But these liners are so moisturizing that whenever I put the liner on for demonstration the first time, I rubbed my lips together and it looked like I had lipstick. I could have literally sprayed some setting spray and just went on about my business just with the liners. They are super moisturizing and I can't say enough about them. So the next one, number 6, is in my hand. It's a very, very nice deep purple color. It's called Grape. And of course my favorite was Cabernet. I knew it was going to be my favorite when I saw them demo it before we went live with them. And I was hunting down that mailman. I was like, dude, I am waiting on some packages. And it finally came in and I waited and I did this one last and I love it. And so I like that the liner, I let it do its own job. I actually did the liner and then I rubbed my lips together so that I got the Cabernet feel all over my lips, and then I went in with this beautiful dark cherry onyx. This goes with the onyx collection as well. I love that everything is black and sleek. It goes with this palette. I put this on the inside of the lip and let the liner speak for itself because it's amazing and it's fabulous and it deserves to be just rewarded on its own. So that was it. I went over with the Perfect liner that's still on my arm, and it will be here until I take one of our wipes and wipe it off. My eyebrows is eyeshadow. Almost everything is eyeshadow. Even my contouring to my nose is with eyeshadow. You don't have to, but you can buy this thing. I'm missing 2 colors. They're on the way, so the tracker says. But we have all these colors to choose from. And so each day I play with different ones. And I found a really pretty one that I like to do my nose contouring with. Even though I don't need nose contouring, I have a cute little button nose that I was blessed with. I still like to play around with it because when I'm doing, you know, I do makeup for parties, weddings, quinceañeras, all kinds of different things. People that want to take family photos, I do all of their makeup and I love it because then they usually start asking about wine, and with my chef and sommelier certifications, I've figured out a way to do everything that I love at one time, and it's amazing. So, people ask about the brushes that I use. I don't remember where my daughter found the link for this brush kit, but it's super long and I don't want to pull up the whole thing. So I'm just trying to pull out the brushes. So they're eco-friendly and they're amazing. They're super simple to clean, and I actually do use every single one of them. Today, this is the only one I didn't use. If you're looking for a really good blending brush, I know that everybody uses this guy. I use this guy a lot. But for my eyes, since you're always working with at least 2, 3, in this case I used 4 colors. But this, I call it my mini midget and my magical midget. He's got 2 names. Yes, my brushes are male in gender. I like this brush because I can do whatever I want with it. I can make it look like a fidget spinner if I want to. But I usually do this number whenever I'm doing my eyes because it gets right on my liner, on my eyelash line, and it presses it in, and I'm able to just smudge and just work everything together. And I start like this. This would be my last lash line. And then I start working my way up, and little by little by little, I just let that go until it goes up to my eyebrow. And I just mix everything with this. My eyes would never look good if I didn't have this guy. Sure, I could blend with this one, and I could do a whole bunch of other things. This one I use for foundation. If I want a translucent look, like I barely just put any makeup on. But today I was going for the evening going out look, even though I'm just here at home doing nothing. Everybody in the living room is watching Stranger Things. I'm on season 1, episode 2.5. I had to take a phone call from somebody that was not feeling very good at that time in their life, and I take a lot of those calls. So I really wasn't paying attention, because when it comes to somebody's life, that's more important to me, and I love to be able to help anyone that's having any kind of questions about whether they should live or die. So, on a brighter note, tonight I wanted to go with a more full coverage look, and then I started thinking about it. When Maddie was here, I put this makeup on her, and I used my blending brush. My fluffy brush that I use for a very light coverage. I really should have used my Blenderful. So I used this tonight, used this to get up in my eyes. Our eye concealers, I have 2 in my this is my custom palette. It's a hot mess. I always tell everybody and my team, don't ever show your messy shit, but it's messy, I don't care. So our concealers, these are the 2 that I use the most. This one on what little redness I have left, and this one I use to take away the darkness around my eyes, because I don't sleep very much right now. The contouring, the concealer that goes around the eyes, we put it directly on our eye, and we just use very little. Everything is so pigmented because it's made for people in movies, TVs, Broadway, all that stuff. These are professional grade products. Everything goes a long, long way. And like I said, this is my custom palette, and I've had this stuff for going on 6 months. Actually, the 17th of this month will be 6 months that I've had this same exact palette. I'm trying to take the light off. So this is the concealer I use the most, and it's like I'm barely starting to see the pan. And this amount of foundation will actually still last me about another month or 2, because it doesn't take much, because I'm not wearing this much makeup every single day. So, if y'all don't have any questions, actually I feel like going out now that I got my face on. If y'all don't have any questions for me, you can always replay the video. I am doing all makeup videos in my boutique channel now, because it's filling up too much of my public feed, and I'm an activist first and foremost, and when somebody like me who fights for our environment and our animals and our civil rights, and I'm known as hashtag All Lives Matter in the podcast world, they don't understand. I have friends from all different walks of lives and from all around the world on Facebook, on my public page right here where we are. So whenever I go live, I will try to make an announcement here to kind of direct y'all the other way. And then I keep a separate page from my wine people. And I just like to keep everything separate. I have so many different walks of life here on this page that I don't want anybody getting confused like, hey, this chick, helped get this bill passed or this bill passed. I don't want any of my political influences and friends and stuff that I've done and accolades that I have accomplished and been given to be kind of shadowed, pun intended, by makeup. So all of my makeup stuff is going to be done in my boutique page, which I've left the link below or above, however you are on my page. And if there's no more questions, I am going to move on over to my podcast. And tonight I'm going to be talking about your children and when they should date. It wasn't what I was scheduled to talk about tonight, but I talk about my life on my podcast. So something happened today and I was just like, oh my God. I figured since I had already gone through all of the firsts with Maddie, that I wouldn't have to go through the first again with my other two children. I figured I would be completely just like, okay, if you're going to try and get away with it, I'm going to catch it and you're going to be grounded and this and that. That's just not the way it happened. And I felt like a mom for the first time again because of this guy. And so I'm going to talk about parenting and is it different for boys and girls when they're dating? And, even though I have an adult child who's out in the military, do I treat them the same? Does my son have other advantages or disadvantages over my girls? Like he's the middle child, so, and to me, he's always going to be a baby, so I got a lot to talk about tonight.
Thanks,
and
Mom.
You're always going to be my baby, even though
you called me a baby.
No, you're always going to be my baby boy. Look, stand behind me. He is born to be a linebacker. He is very tall.
He's watching.
People, look, there's Maury. I don't remember all the other names. But this guy here, he is my baby boy. And he's always going to be a baby. Even though he acts like he's 25. It's going to be alright. He has inspired my podcast tonight. So I can't wait to flip over, change gears a little. I like being able to be home with my children, doing not one or two, but all of the things that I love. Do I miss being in the medical field? Absolutely. I love helping people, but because of the politics involved in dealing with insurances and what people can and can't do with their medical coverage, I just couldn't do it anymore. So rescuing animals and finding them foster homes or their new homes and building an animal sanctuary and going home and doing a lot of work in my home state of Louisiana and fighting for clean air and clean water and fighting against the oil and gas companies, and the list goes on and on and on and on. I'm that chick. So, but tonight, I just want to be a parent. And I want to talk to other parents, and I want to get some information. Jessica, I know you have boys and girls, and I would love to know, is there a difference? I think your son is older than your girls were. So I'm dying to know. My friend Martina's out there somewhere. They all have boys and girls. Because I had a girl first, I was very protective, and I am a mama bear and believe in all my gun laws and all that fun stuff. And I always told the boyfriends, you don't have to worry about the dads. I'm the one that you have to get through. And then next you have to go through my dad. So they had some stiff competition to go through to get to see my daughter. And then, you know, years later I found out that maybe things weren't all they were meant to be. But I love my children. I approve of everything that they do, even when they do wrong. If you don't let your children fall, then they'll never learn how to get up and dust themselves off and keep on going. So even when they're wrong, of course, there's disciplinary actions, there's consequences for your actions. But at the end of the day, I just like that they're individuals. I like that they like to be themselves. And they support what I'm doing. I support what they do. And right now, I just want to hear from some other parents and see if I'm cuckoo crazy and thinking that my little boy is going to stay home forever. Nobody answer that, because I know y'all are going to tell me I am. But that's what tonight's topic is going to be over. So I'm going to let y'all go. Y'all have a wonderful evening. Whatever you do, be safe. Make good choices. And whatever you do, just, I started this challenge right after my dad passed away, maybe. Yeah, because my mom got here late that night. I did the podcast the next day. I challenged everybody to meet one new person every single day. Because you never know who the person standing next to you at Walmart or K. Rogers, it's Kroger's, but we all, it's a inside family thing. K. Rogers, Maddie's dad started it. And I kept going with it because I just thought it was so darn funny. Because it was really confusing to me. But anyways, wherever you're at, standing in line, waiting for food, this guy here will ditch me in a heartbeat, leave me with the groceries, and he'll go clean across the freaking parking lot to go help, you know, Grandma Susie Q over there. And I'm over here struggling to put my shit away, and he's just like, oh, Mom, I gotta go help this lady, which is great. And, sorry, y'all. I love my wine.
You know only one person's watching?
There's people in the background that don't like to be seen.
Sure.
No, there is. I can see them. The other people just can't see them. See this thing, this feed here? That's what that is. So, while I teach Draven how to do Facebook stuff, I'm going to run over. I challenge y'all to meet one person every day. Smile. Introduce yourself. They may think you're wacky, but 9 times out of 10, you're going to be making someone's day. So, just do it. Get out and meet new people. And I'm not saying you got to become best friends with these people, but you never know. And the people who are usually laughing and smiling and giggling and having the best time of their lives are usually the most depressed people in the world. And they use laughter and comedy as a way to kind of mask that. So, if you got people like that in your life, reach out to them and let them know that you're there. Whether they want to hear anything from you or not, just let them know that you're there. So on that note, I'm going to switch gears. I'm going to get over into podcast mode, and I'm going to get on air, and I will talk to y'all tomorrow. And again, if you want to give somebody the gift that keeps on giving, this does not come off. I probably rub my tattoo off before this liner comes off. Swear to God, it's the best thing since sliced bread. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. So, I love you all. Y'all have a wonderful night. I'm going over to talk to more parents. I haven't done the podcast yet, so I know I got behind. But I do have both sides of my face done now. So that's good. I love you all. Make good choices. If you're drinking, make sure you have a designated driver. If you are the designated driver, make sure you're not drinking. I love you all. Mwah.